taking tests like the kneecaps may be on just about every New Hampshire student's list of least favorite pastimes. But like them or not, those New England Common Assessment Program exams are mandated by law, with some retired questions posted on the State Board of Ed website in case you want to see if you're as smart as, say, a 7th grader.
This is a constructed response question that has triangles and squares on 2 different sides, but they're balanced. And so they ask then what would balance this scale down here where they just have 2 squares. So you really have an equation that you're solving.
The answers are there too, scans of the actual handwritten ones. Today's exams dig a lot deeper and are a big jump from the purely multiple choice tests of yesteryear.
Here's a 2-point response, basically, that says, kind of shows graphically how the student came up with it. That's the explanation, and the correct answer is 6 triangles. Here's another 2-point response. I like the explanation better on this one, actually.
Stuart Call says he wasn't the kind of kid who liked taking standardized tests, but for 25 years he's been committed to making them better. In fact, the company he co-founded has had testing contracts with over 40 states since it started in Portsmouth in 1983. When you tell people that what you do is run a company that creates tests for people, what kind of reactions do you get?
A look like yours right now. They kind of, people do that? You know, and my answer is, well, they don't grow on trees.
No, in fact, they now grow in Dover, in buildings on the sprawling 80-acre campus headquarters of the nonprofit Measured Progress, with the soup-to-nuts ability to make and distribute and score exams across the country, with the help of 400 employees and an additional 1,000 temporary helpers.
Our mission is an educational mission to improve teaching and learning, and we do it through providing high-quality assessment tools and associated services.
It starts with a staff of close to 50 test developers who come up with the questions and scoring rubrics, filtering out biases and such, a process that can take over a year for each exam.
Remember, our clients are the state departments of ed, and the state departments put together advisory committees consisting of teachers and other curriculum specialists, and these are the people who review, edit, revise, whatever the items that we put before them to select for the ultimate inclusion in the test.
Tests are shipped out to schools across the country, a different test for each contract, and then they come back here to be scored.
Well, we process probably over 2 million students a year worth of information, and it all flows through here.
Materials were just arriving from Utah on this day to join other boxes of tests and answer documents stacked to the roof in organized detail. And you have warehouses like this in other states?
We do. We have Rochester. This facility here that we're looking at is about 73,000 square feet. In Rochester, we've got 78,000, and down in Kentucky, we've got 100,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boxes are opened in the log-in processing area. The envelopes go to workstations where the booklets and test response sheets are hand-counted and double-checked. And then, one box at a time, a worker puts each batch of answer documents into a guillotine to snip off the spines, then returns them to their box as individual sheets ready to be scanned into the computer system.
So let's move into the scanning room. Okay. Today we got in 3 truckloads of material from a western state, and that we saw just sort of filling the pipeline. So the activity hasn't really started here in earnest, right. But as the day goes on and into tomorrow, this will ramp right up.
And what happens in here?
This is where we scan the sheets. So in the previous operation, we separated out all the answer docs, got them guillotined so we have individual sheets of paper, and now each of those are going through our scanners. We scan the material through these machines here and take a shot of the top of the sheet and the bottom of the sheet in one pass, and then the computers in the background dissect that. And we'll take the bubble information and route that one direction, and we'll take the clips of the various images and route those through the scoring system.
During their busy season in late spring, this room is filled with double shifts of part-time scorers at over 165 workstations here in Dover and in similar setups in New York, Colorado, and Kentucky, where there's 400 seats.
When you develop the item, you develop a scoring rubric that explains what a 4-point response looks like, a 3-point, a 2-point, a 1-point response. Then also, prior to the actual live scoring, you have to find samples of student work that illustrate those things, and you put them together in training packs.
Reports go back to schools, breaking information down, including into how proficient students are in different areas of math and reading and English.
I mean, the term assessment means to sit beside, to gather information. So it's really linked to this negative connotation of testing. And everybody, kind of gets really nervous about the testing. But we are hoping to turn that around as an opportunity to show what you know and to take it as a positive. And then for teachers to use that information to then inform, where do I need to take my instruction? Where do I need to bring my students?
And so the cycle repeats itself. After the testing is done, some items are posted online to help understand results or for teachers to teach by, or as a chance for the rest of us to see what we're missing.